This video will show you how to download a resource pack from Promethean Planet and import it into your ActiveInspire program. Now there are many resource packs that are free for you. There are some of them that are sponsored by different companies, and those do have a charge, but the majority of them are free. I did a research on conservation and sustainability and found a nice resource pack that I'm going to download. So I'm going to go over here. I'll know it's a resource pack because it's got the folder and a stack of books. That denotes it is a resource pack, and you'll also see up here that it happens to be a related resource pack. Over here on the left, it tells me a little bit about the lesson on conservation and sustainability. So I'm going to grab this resource pack, clicking on the link, and I will have to wait till each page refreshes. Okay, right here is the resource pack. This is Design a Conservation Program. This is learning about the importance of biodiversity as well as the economic benefits and services ecosystems provide. I could preview the resource pack or I can download. I'm going to click on download, and it's going to begin to download to my desktop. If it didn't seem to start right away, I would click right here and begin it manually. I know it began because I can see down here it showed me a little arrow that bounced, and I can see the Design a Conservation, and it is an extension of AS4A. That's the extension you'll see on a resource pack. So it has been downloaded to my desktop. I'm going to minimize my website, Promethean Planet, and this is my program, ActiveInspire. I'm going to minimize that also and find the resource pack that's on my desktop. Here it is. It is a stack of books called Design, and I can see that that's the one I just did. So if I give it a double click, it's going to automatically install into my program just by double clicking on it. Now it's going to come up and ask me, where do I want to save it? And I'm going to pull up my ActiveInspire course to show you what they're asking here. Do I want to save it to my shared resources? The shared resources where you have the 3 people. Those are your shared resources. Or I can save it to my resources. That is the 1 person. Those are my own collections. Shared resources, many of those came with your program. It really doesn't make a difference which one you put them into. So I'm going to go ahead and select shared resources. And the next thing after importing is it wants to index my resource library. Now that's important because if it indexes my resource library, it's going to make it a searchable item. So if I wanted to search for this item after importing it, all I do is click here in the field and I could type in conservation and I would find this resource pack. Once you've indexed your resource library, you should not have to spend a long time redoing it. It should go fairly quickly. If you haven't done it for quite some time, you may need to take a few minutes and get that done. Now once that's done, I'm going to be able to find it over here in my resources. So I'm going to stop it, and let's look over here. If it's not showing up immediately, sometimes it's good to kind of refresh the items that are in here, and to do that you just click onto the 1 person and then click back onto the 3 people, and then it should be refreshed. Now I don't see one that's called conservation. I don't see one like that, but I do know that many times it gets put into the resource pack folder. So there's a plus sign next to that folder. I'm going to click on that and see. Now there's my NASA one. Where I found it was in my 14 to 16-year-old folder. And there's the folder. So once I click on the folder, the items that I have downloaded will show down here in my window.